Sorry, I was just doing a little meditation. Because you know how it is with kids, you don't get to meditate in the morning, especially, school days, any days. You just wake up and it's go, 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 go. Got to get them in the bath, got to get their breakfast, got to get their lunches made, got to calm down the meltdowns, get out the door. Oh my God, Poppy didn't want to put her shoes on. Just sat there playing with her shoes. I said, please put your shoes on. I don't want to. I know you don't want to, but you can't go outside without shoes. I don't want to put them on. Okay, I get that you don't want to, but we're going to be late if you don't put your shoes on. I don't want to. All right, well then I'm going to pick you up and you can put them in the car. I don't want to. Well, I know you don't want to, but we got to go because you're going to be late. So I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to bring you shoes and you're going to put them on in the car. I don't want to. Okay, I hear you and I don't care. But we got him to school and all is well. Okay, so you guys, I had the gayest weekend of my life. The gayest weekend of my life. I went to Palm Springs this weekend and it happened to be Gay Pride. And it was just so gay. Just so gay. So many shirtless gay men grinding on one another right in front of my virgin Midwestern eyes. The homosexuals were everywhere. Shameless, proud, flaming, looking for dick. It was fun, guys. It was really fun. So here's what happened. I got an invite months ago from my best friend in the whole entire world, Jack. Y'all know if you've read my book, Idiot, he's all over my book. He's my partner in crime. We went to 3-year-old preschool together, okay, in Downers Grove, Illinois, a suburb 10 miles west of Chicago. And now him and his husband live 5 minutes away from me in the valley, in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, California. How cool is that? We've literally rode our entire lives out together. And his parents moved to Palm Springs a few years ago, and they were planning a surprise 40th birthday party for my best friend in the whole entire world. And just for a little backstory, Jack comes from the gayest family ever. So he is the second oldest. His older brother is gay. He is gay. His younger sibling is queer and hilarious. And then his youngest brother is the only breeder in the entire family. Obviously, the parents are breeders as well, but they bred many homosexuals, 3 out of 4. So yeah, parents were like, yeah, I think we need to move to Palm Springs. And the oldest brother also moved to Palm Springs. Anyway, they hit me up saying, we are planning an epic surprised mermaid-themed birthday party for Jack's 40th. And I'm like, oh my God, whatever you do, don't say anything. So it was the most amazing thing ever. I went, one of my other best friends who also lives in the Valley, who I grew up with, who happened to move out to Los Angeles in our 20s, she and I drove up there together. And friends that we grew up with from Texas, who live in Texas now, Northern California, Chicago, they all came in for this epic mermaid-themed surprise birthday party. And Jack had no idea. He thought that he and his husband were driving to Palm Springs for Pride because it was the Pride parade on Sunday. But really, he was going to be surprised at 2 p.m. on Saturday. So anyway, it was just the best thing in the entire world. My heart feels so full, you guys, because when do I get to see all of my best friends who I grew up with and just connect? And on top of that, surprise our very best friend. Okay, I've got something wild. This episode is sponsored by Bellesa, my friends at Bellesa. Bellesa and I are giving away free toys or free gift cards to every single one of you. If you've seen the viral toys like the Rose, the Whisper, or the new Pebble Pro, yeah, those are Bellesa's. They're by women for everyone and designed to actually feel good. So here's the deal. Everyone who signs up wins something. Go to bbvibes.com/idiot. That's bbvibes.com/idiot. bbvibes.com/idiot. And go grab your free toy today. Thank me later. So Holly and I drive out on Friday at like 1 p.m., right? Now it should take about 2 to 3 hours to get to Palm Springs. It took us 6 hours to get there. And it could be because it was Pride or just, we were talking about it. We're like, why are we crawling for 6 hours? Why is there nonstop traffic? It could be Pride. It could be just all the gays headed to the desert. Or it could just be that people like to take little staycations on Friday and get out of Los Angeles. Who cares? It doesn't matter. If you're a mom, you get it. Anything is a break. Anything is a break. I got my teeth drilled at the dentist and I actually had the thought, it's nice to get a break. It's nice to get a break as the dentist is drilling into my teeth. I thought, what a relaxing vacation from my little head gremlins. They're not gremlins. I love them so much, but it was a break. It was a break. So Holly and I crawling in traffic for 6 hours was a break. It was awesome. We listened to great music. We danced, we sang, and we caught up and we just talked for hours. It was the best thing ever. My friend Holly and I are also going through insanely similar things. We're both going through a divorce. In fact, we both at one point had to file restraining orders and we both got the same judge. So many weird similarities. Our daughters are 5 days apart. They're best friends and they're even in the same class, not just the same school, the same class. They also lie to everyone in their class and tell them that they're sisters. It's really cute. They're the ones that also say that they're getting married. And we're like, dude, you can just like be friends. You're 4. And they're like, we're getting married. Mother, accept it. Anyway, so we're driving up. We're having the time of our life. Sorry, we're crawling up, having the time of our life. We're reflecting, we're talking about this next decade, honestly. I'm so excited. I'm 39. She just turned 40 in September. And we are so excited about this next decade of our life. Like we just are. And I think, it's an exciting time. I don't know if anyone listening is around the same age, but you just really, know who you are at this age. There's more confidence. We're able to walk through fear more and just kind of reinvent ourselves in ways. Holly and I were both in decade-long marriages that, for a time were wonderful, but then lots of, chaos and trauma and abuse. And so we had to walk away, and that's challenging and painful, and it is, but we're walking through it together. And how cool is that? How cool is that? I'm just so grateful for my friends. Dude, I heard the most disturbing quote. I actually posted about it on Facebook because I was like, whoa. It said, when women become single, they lean on their friends and into their work. When men become single, they lean into conspiracy theories, misogyny, and porn. I'm not saying that that's true. It disturbed me greatly. I'll put it that way. But it's true, dude. I have absolutely leaned into my friends hardcore. And I would say work too. Absolutely. Diving into that too. I'm literally 1 week away from finishing my third book, you guys. 1 week away. I'm so excited. It comes out next summer and it's like a mini memoir based on the last 3 years of my life, because the last 3 years of my life were a fucking book. Oh my God. Holy shit. So I'm kind of happy I got to express myself through this book. And it was a very healing process and a very painful process to really write in depth about the last 3 years. But I think it's going to help a lot of women. And I think it's going to entertain the hell out of you and hopefully inspire you and definitely entertain you. And I'm happy to do that. I'm also writing a live show. Finally, I hired this brilliant writer to help me, and we meet every week, and I'm going to be ready to tour next summer. So I'm just diving into work and friends. So back to my friends. So bro, we're going through the same. We're laughing, we're crying together, we're struggling together. She also has a 1-year-old. So, she's really in it, dude. And in a way, like, she's got a 1-year-old. She's like, I can't take my eyes off him, right? He's always like got something in his mouth or he's fallen down. Like, he's 14 months. She can't take her eyes off him. And I'm like, girl, I got a 6-year-old who I cannot take my eyes off or he'll end up at the Ralph's in the candy section, okay? Cannot take my eyes off the boy. So we both got boys we cannot take our eyes off of, and girls who are 4 and sassy and attitude. And I want to ask moms about this too. Do your 4-year-olds give you major attitude? Because my 4-year-old is hitting me with, get me water. Excuse me? Get me water. What? How do we ask? Try again. Get me water, please. Thank you. Thank you. Like, and then I'm like, dude, have I done this because I have a nanny when I'm working? And is the nanny like getting her water even if she's asking like a little brat? No, I don't think so. I need to talk to her and make sure. But I'm like, what? I don't recall ever speaking to my mom that way. But then I asked my friend Holly, she says, no, same shit. My daughter will be like, get me toast, get me crackers. What? Pardon? And then I asked my other friends in Palm Springs and they said the same thing. So maybe it's a 4-year-old thing. I want to know, are your 4-year-olds giving you major attitude? Dude, my 4-year-old does another thing that trips me out. She literally says to me, you're mad at me. But I won't even, like, we'll just be hanging out, taking a walk. And I'll be like, look at those flowers. And she'll be like, you're mad at me. And I'm like, what? No way. She's like, you are. You're mad at me. And I'm like, I'm not mad at you. No way. And she's like, you are. You're mad. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. You're mad at me. And then I'm like, do you want me to be mad at you? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm mad at you. And she's like, oh God, you're mad at me. And I'm like, wait, no, you just said you wanted me to be mad. So I was like playing mad at you, but I'm not really mad at you. She's like, you said you were mad at me. I'm like, you set me up. I don't know what that's about, dude. And I'm just kind of like, she'll just randomly say, you're mad at me. And I go, I'm really not. I said, if I was mad at you, you know how you'd know? I'd tell you. I was upset with you. I would tell you. So I don't know if she got this from school or what, but it's kind of not all the time, but a few times a day she's hitting me out of the blue. You're mad at me. Or like, for example, she'll say, get me oat milk. And I'll go, whoa, try again. And she'll go, get me oat milk, please. You're mad at me. And I'll say, no, I'm not mad at you. I just want you to be polite, you know? You're mad at me. I'm not mad at you. I was just correcting you. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, if it's an age thing. I try and not play into it. It's almost like she wants the fight, you know, or wants the, I don't know, the cortisol spike, the adrenaline of just like the drama. You're mad at me. I mean, is it just female? Maybe. Anyway, so we drive, we have a great time. We stop at the Starbucks about 3 hours in. We got to pee. We're standing in line in like the Inland Empire area. And lady comes out. Oh no, guy comes out of the bathroom looking all suspicious. Lady goes in because she's next. Lady comes right out. She goes, you do not want to go in there. And we were like, whoa. And she was like, whatever you do, stay the hell away from that bathroom. And we were like, I mean, I kind of want to go in and see what she's talking about, but we won't. So she like in and out and then warned us with everything. I mean, she had such like fear and terror in her eyes. I could only imagine what was in there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think was in the bathroom. Dead body, toilet, what do you think? Needle, dirty needle, I don't know. But it was whatever she saw, she's never going to forget. She's never going to forget it. So then we really have to pee, right? And we're in the middle of nowhere. So we go up to the barista and I'm like, look, lady just came out looking terrified. She's going to go book a therapist and get prescribed Xanax after what she saw. So I don't know. You'll probably want to go in there and clean up whatever that mess is. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll deal with that. So she goes to deal with that. We order our coffees. As I'm telling the barista about the crime scene that the other lady told us about, I turn and the man who had come out was staring at us. He was like this. He was like this. So I'm like telling the lady, like, whatever was in there, it's not good. And I think you need to go fix it. And then I just turn over and I see this guy and he's sort of like disheveled. He's got a beard and like kind of messy hair. He's got a cell phone. He's on his cell phone and he's talking and he just is looking over like he just knows what's happening and he knows what he did. He knows what he did. He seemed guilty and suspicious and just, I don't know. I don't even know. But he was staring. He was listening to the conversation. And then I caught eyes with him. It was all very awkward. So then Holly and I are like, all right, dude, there's like a weird hot dog place across the street. Let's just go to the hot dog place and piss there. So we walk over to the hot dog place. And then I see all these signs on the wall that say bird dogs. Get your bird dogs? I'm sick, dude. What's a bird dog? Hey, what's a bird dog? Is that a hot dog made of birds? I'm sick. If y'all know what a bird dog is, please let me know. Because get your bird dog here. Best bird dogs in the Inland Empire. Huh? It's sick. I don't know. But there were bird dog signs. I'm not just saying it's sick because I'm vegan. You meat eaters know. Bird dogs sound disgusting. What is a bird dog? What is a bird dog? I should have asked what a bird dog was, but we weren't about to buy a bird dog, so we just wanted to use their bathroom. So then we stand in that line, and the lady comes out, and then lady and her kid come out of the bird dog bathroom, and we just pop right in there, and it was fine. I mean, it was mildly gross, but fine. So we pee in the bird dog place, and then we go back to the Starbucks to get our drink. And I don't even go in there to see, if it's been cleaned up because we peed in the bird dog place. Back in the car, we go. we're crying, talking about the challenges of going through a divorce, being a single mom, dude, just having to like carry the weight of it all financially, dude. That's crazy. Just financially having to support, the kids and, take care of the house. There's a leak in the shower. That's on us. Like everything's on us. We are wearing the pants and the skirt. And then we're the primary caretakers for these children. So we got to nurture them and love them and finance their life too. It is so much. And to have someone who's also going through it, I can't tell you how grateful I am to have that, to have her, dude. So, we commiserated, we laughed a lot. And then we get to this awesome boutique hotel in Palm Springs called the Corakia Hotel. And it's this little boutique. It was built in 1918. And so the rooms are like old Spanish style, old Palm Springs, but like beautifully kept, and like they kept a lot of original features, but then they also updated some stuff. So it was just beautiful. And there's like a record player, and we just played like Billy Joel and whatever the records they had. And we got this awesome suite. It had this like big living room and then this like outdoor patio. I actually took some pictures, so maybe I can post them on here. I'm going to be posting pictures actually because they gave me the room in exchange to promote their hotel. So I'm literally legally obligated to post these pictures. So you're going to see where I stayed. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, we get there and it's just so cool. And then we go meet our two other best friends that we went to, that we grew up with. We went to like middle school with and just grew up with them. They lived in the same town as us. They actually didn't go to the same high school as us. They were like we thought they were our two rich friends. Really, they were probably middle class, but like whatever. Holly and I were more working class. And then like these were our two friends who like went to private school, and it was like, oh my God, you go to private school? Like you like pay for school? That's crazy. Those are these girls. Sweet, amazing girls. And they were attached at the hip, best friends, all throughout our childhood. So we met them for dinner. So good. So good. We got every vegan appetizer because they're awesome and they, accommodate, and they got their stuff too, their meat and their dairy and all their and we had amazing pasta and salad and broccolini, and just everything tasted so good. And we caught up. My one friend is living in Arizona. She just moved to Tucson. She's got two kids who are 5 and 7. And we just, caught up about how they're doing, and they about their husbands, and it was wonderful. And they also, talked about how they got through a lot of difficult things with their husbands, and they're in a, one of my friends said she's in a much better place now with her husband, and that they worked through a lot, and she's like never been more attracted to him, and they were having the best sex, and like just they've been together for over 10 years, yet she feels closer to him now more than ever. And that was really cool to hear too, because me, I've been like this cliche, bitter single mom. Men, you guys are predators. You're all monsters. No, that's not true. There are good men. There are good men out there. And they got to tell me about their good men. She got to tell me about her good man and how he had some issues and he worked on them and he worked through them. And they have a good, partnership going, and they both, take care of each other and take care of the children and work through things, and they own their part in situations, and they repair, and they, work on themselves and each other, and they value each other, and they are witnesses to each other's lives. And what a beautiful thing that was. So it was really cool for me to hear. And then it was also funny because my friend Holly and I was like, everyone who saw us was just like, hey, how you doing? Like we got a lot of that. How are you? How's it going? Just that, just like pity, just like pity. And we're like, we're good. And they're like, are you good? That's so good that you're doing good, considering your life. A lot of that. And like everyone meant well, but of course, especially my situation was so public. So I feel like people are like, and then they just like want the tea, but it was fine. The people, we grew up with that we love and trust. And so it was fine. Yeah. And then, so that was amazing. We had this great dinner, and then we met Jack's parents, his brother, and, his two brothers. We met the family basically at this like bar that was made to look like we were in an airplane. So we were just like in an airplane bar. And then there was like a flight attendant who was actually a waiter. And he was like doing the like thing with the stick, and doing the whole like emergency exit, put on your life jackets. Would you want a shot? It was just the weirdest thing. He was just acting like a flight attendant. But then he would just serve us drinks, but we weren't in a plane. I don't know who was like, how we should design our bar? We should design it like the worst place on earth. Like the place where no one wants to be, a plane. And then people can come and just like get PTSD and just feel like they're on a ass flight while they pay for drinks. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And let's put it in Palm Springs and make all the flight attendants gay. I don't know. It was weird. So we just like sat in this fake plane and I had just like soda water. And I was like, do you guys have peanuts? And they're like, no, bitch, this isn't an actual plane, you idiot. Okay, dude, I don't know what's happening, but whatever. So then we sat in the fake plane bar. My friends had a few drinks, and also no desire to drink, gotta say. Not one, and it could be that I'm 14 years no drinking, just no desire. The one thing is, like, when my friends will smoke weed, I do like the smell of it. I'll smell the weed. No, that's nice. That's a nice scent. There you go. I don't even want to take a hit though, because I find that it just makes me dumber and hungrier. And I don't need to be any dumber, that's for sure. And I actually don't need to be any hungrier. I'm hungry enough naturally. Anyway, this episode is sponsored by Bellesa. My friends at Bellesa are giving away free toys or gift cards to every single one of you watching right now. Every single one of you. If you haven't heard of Bellesa yet, they're a by women for everyone sexual wellness company that's totally rethinking pleasure. Gorgeous designs, quiet, inclusive, and actually built for real people. You've seen their toys all over your feed. The Rose, the iconic suction toy everyone's obsessed with. The Whisper, the first ever silent vibrator, total game changer if you've got roommates or thin walls. And the Pebble Pro, their newest, most powerful toy with 3 interchangeable heads that suck, thump, and vibrate. It does everything. Here's the best part. Everyone who signs up gets a free toy or a gift card. No catch. Just hit the link below or go to bbvibes.com/idiot. That's bbvibes.com/idiot and claim yours right now. We leave the plane. I'm like, where do I go? So I text my hairdresser from LA. And I'm like, where do I go? And he was like, Chill Bar. They've got a club in the back. So we get an Uber to this place called Chill Bar. And let me tell you, it was anything but chill. Anything but chill. We roll up and there is a line. Okay. I'm talking 7 blocks down. I'm like, this can't be the only place in Palm Springs, but it's not the only place. It's like the bar. It's like the place to go in Palm Springs. And so we want to go, right? It's like where we were recommended. And not only did my hairdresser suggest it, but also Jack's sibling and their girlfriend. Look at me with the pronouns doing the thing the way that I'm supposed to, because that's hard. That is hard. I struggle with that as a millennial. I struggle to sometimes say it correctly. They identify as they, them. They're queer. They have a girlfriend. Then and dude comes up to me when we get there and he's like, how do you know them? And I was like, my best friend is there. Jack's my best friend. Jack's my best friend. I grew up with Jack, is what I said. Because I forgot how to say they're Jack's little sibling. And Jack's my best friend. I just like froze. And because I was going to say, oh, she's can't do that. Can't do that. So anyway, I struggled for a minute, it's fine. But that's not even it. So if we get there, 7 block line, dude, of just men and us. Just men and us. And I'm like, we can't wait in this line. Like, come on. We are not about to wait in a 7 block line to go to Chill Bar. We're not going to do that. So it's me, my friend Holly, my friend Caitlin, and my friend Jill. Okay. Oh, and before we even got to Chill Bar, Jill was like, we need to shoot a TikTok. Put me in your TikTok. And I was like, all right, Jill. And she was like, now. And I was like, okay. And so she made us do the when I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream for my lungs, what's going on? And I said, ain't and they ain't saying nothing. 100 can't tell me nothing. Bees in the trap, bees in the trap. That trend. And you film us singing that in a circle or whatever. I had to do that 6 times for her. And then she's like, post the video. And I was like, dude, I can't post it because Jack's going to know we're in Palm Springs. Tomorrow, you better post it. I was like, all right, Jill. Jill's just a clout chaser. Yo, she's actually not. She's so funny. And I've known her since I was a child. And she's just shamelessly put me in your content now. And I'm like, all right. All my other friends are just whatever. They don't even care that I'm a content creator. And she's like, I need to be in everything and you need to tag me or this friendship is over. And I'm like, all right, this is getting weird. And then if you see, I posted a video where I'm like, hey guys, it's gay pride. And I'm wearing this fake fur coat. And then she walked behind me and she was like, but you're basic and you're a loser. So I'm trying to do a get ready with me and she just walks in the background and goes, but you're basic and you're a loser. And she really wanted to make that video. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And by the way, it's not really her coming after me. It's a remake of an actual woman who was saying hey guys, I'm wearing this thing. And this gay guy walks in behind her and is like, but you're basic and you're a loser. And she just wanted to remake that. And I was like, okay, we will do that. And it was funny. Okay, Jill, you're great. So anyway, 7 block line and we're not about to wait. So Caitlin, Jill, Holly, and I are sitting there. We're like, what are we going to do? And Holly's like, Laura, we always used to skip the lines when we went out to clubs. And I'm like, girl, we're 39. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's a gay bar. We can't even use, Caitlin's fat ass or Jill's big titties to get in. We can't do that. It's not going to work. This is a gay bar. They don't like breeders. And then I'm like, let's just put our heads together. And then I'm like, and Holly's like, you're famous, Laura. Just use your fame. Just go up there. And I'm like, I am not going to go up there and be like, I have 25 million followers. Let me in. No, I was like, that's so douchey. And I'm not going to do that. But you, Holly, you can pretend to be my agent. You can pretend to be my agent. And Holly's like, tell me more. And Caitlin's like, no, you guys, this is so ridiculous. Shut up. Let's just go in line. And Jill's like, we are not waiting in a 7-block line. Put me in your video, Laura. And I was like, we need to put our heads together and focus. Oh, and by the way, my other friend Caitlin was there, and I can't believe I forgot to tell you about Caitlin. Caitlin is literally psychotic. We love her. Caitlin, you know it. She's the funniest, most eccentric chick you'll ever meet in your life. We used to go out and she would stand on the bar tops and just sing opera at the top of her lungs at a bar just because it was funny. She just doesn't care what anyone thinks about her. And she is so out there and hilarious and smart and just amazing. So she's there as well, right? And she came all the way from Austin. So it's like amazing to have my childhood besties all around me. Anyway, so we're like, put our heads together. So I was like, Holly, you pretend to be my agent. Because if I go up there and say like, oh, I have a lot of followers and I'll do a story if you let me in, that's douchey, right? And especially if they say no, like, come on, what a walk of shame that would be. So Holly's like, all right, I got it. So she walks up to the bouncer, right? 7-block line. These people are waiting for hours. She's like, hi, my client, Laura Clary, is here and she's covering Pride this weekend. And we were told to go by her publicist to Chill Bar so she could document the experience and tag you guys. She's got 25 million followers across all platforms and she plans on posting a story to her Instagram and her Facebook. And they were like, hold on. You turn, talk to someone. They're like, come on in. Oh, sorry. They were like, come on in. And so literally me, Holly, Caitlin, Jill, and Kaylin all walk straight in. And by the way, it worked. It worked. And we went in and we were like, yeah. And we danced and danced and danced. We saw Jack's sibling and we had so much fun. I, got recognized a few times and like they were amazing. Like, honestly, all my followers are like the coolest people ever. Just like I've never had one weirdo or like someone who makes me uncomfortable. No way. Everyone is so awesome, smart, funny, amazing. It's just like the best night. We danced. We went to there was like a club part in the back and it was just like you could kind of barely move. It was hot and it was sweaty. And we just danced and danced and danced and got disgusting and it was great. What was I going to say? Yeah, it worked. Oh, and I did make a video and I haven't posted it yet. The reason I didn't post the story, like we said we were going to, was because we didn't want to give away to Jack that we were in Palm Springs, right? Because it was the surprise birthday party. This was Friday night and his surprise birthday was Saturday at 2. So I was like, nobody posts a story. Nobody posts. We cannot let him know we're in Palm Springs right now. And, but I filmed a video of me dancing really awkwardly. And there's a guy just like in a literal Speedo thong on a table dancing and twerking behind me. And I'm just like dancing really awkwardly with this guy's cheeks just like right behind me. And it's really funny. So I am going to post that. I wonder if I could post that on TikTok or if it would get banned. I'm not sure, but I'll definitely post it to my story and tag Chill Bar. Shout out to Chill Bar. Y'all are chill. Okay. So we have a great time, dude. When I tell you, we don't even go to sleep. We got home at like 2 a.m. That's crazy. You are talking to mommies of young kids who I personally go to bed, and I'm not exaggerating. I go to bed at 8:30 p.m. like most nights, sometimes 9:30 if I'm feeling crazy. I go to bed with my children. We all go to sleep at the same time and we're up at, 6 or 7. So for me to be out until 2 a.m. dancing my with my best friends. Such a unique experience, so special. I appreciated it so much. And oh my God, it was just the best. So we get home, and then Holly and I are sharing a bed, and we're just laying there, and we're just reminiscing. And we remember this one time when we were like 11 years old, and we were laying in Holly's childhood bed. I was having a sleepover at her house. And we were just laying there, like tearing up at 11, talking about how grateful we were for each other. And this is so stupid. But I just started, like, she was just like, I'm so grateful for your friendship. Like, I love you. And I just have so much fun with you. And I just feel like I can tell you anything and you never judge me. And I literally look at her and I go, I'll be your crying shoulder. And she's like, I'll be the greatest fan of your life. And we sang that whole song to each other unironically at 11 and like cried, just genuinely cried. So anyway, we're laying there in bed at like 2:30 in the morning, and I just look at her and I go, I'll be your crying shoulder. And she's like, I'll be. And we laughed. We didn't cry that time. But it was really funny to talk about that really strange memory. And then it's really cute to think about our friends, our 4-year-old daughters who are legit same level of besties, you know, who we could just see doing that. Like, it's just really cool. Anyway, so then get up in the morning, wake up like 9 a.m. We're tired. Oh my God. But it doesn't matter because they have this breakfast at this boutique hotel. Like, normally I feel like boutique hotels don't have complimentary breakfast. Maybe they do. I don't know. But this hotel does. So good, dude. We go. It's like just beautiful, perfect weather. Just stunning flowers everywhere. The birds are chirping. There's hummingbirds just following us wherever we go. There's this beautiful water feature in this outdoor breakfast area. And we sit down and they bring us hot coffee. And oh, I forgot to tell you too, they bring you hot coffee to your door at 7 a.m. and they just leave it there and they make sure it stays hot. It's in one of those bottles that maintains the heat, and they just leave it there. So when you wake up, you have hot coffee, which for me, for this coffee addict, that's everything. Because when I wake up, I just need it immediately. It's a problem. And Holly's like, lemon water first. And I'm like, you know, let me chug some caffeine. And don't look at me until I do, or I'll attack. Okay. Anyway, so we have the coffee. I do a little meditation, and even that, just waking up, no shade, Alfie and Poppy, but waking up without kids and just getting to take 10 minutes to yourself is such a luxury. Wow, couldn't believe that I could just sit there outside and just breathe deeply and not have to wipe anyone's ass. Just only my own. I only had to wipe my own ass. And what a gift that was. And I sipped coffee and I just listened to the birds. And I just felt so much gratitude for not having to do anything in that moment. And then we go over to the amazing breakfast area, and she comes over and she gives us more coffee, orange juice. It's called, okay, it's not granola. She said it's granola. Is it granola? It rhymes with granola. And I was like, what? Did you say granola? And she's like, no, granola. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. But it was like oats and granola, whatever. It was vegan. It was like all these oats and then berries, strawberries, blueberries, not the garbage fruit, the good stuff. There was a little bit of garbage fruit on the side. If you don't know, garbage fruit are melons and you know what garbage fruit are. Cantaloupe, garbage fruit. So there's garbage fruit on the side, but then there were berries in the granola. And then the craziest about that, there was this almond milk that you pour on it, but it was blue. And I was like, whoa, it was just this bright, beautiful, vibrant blue. And I was like, why is the milk blue? And she was like, oh, because we use this supplement, this blue supplement with chlorella in it. And so there's all this amazing protein and chlorella, and it's a blue supplement. And so we mix it in the milk so you get all your nutrients in this beautiful blue almond milk. And I poured it in the granola. I think it's granola. I hope it's not like canola. It's not canola. Whatever. Shut up. Don't judge me. I've never had it. Pour it in there. Mix it in. So good. So delicious. So nourishing. And then she brings me a fucking tostada. I was like, what? I was so happy with the granola. And then she comes and she brings me a freaking tostada, perfectly toasted and crispy with these amazing refried beans on top and avocado and spicy salsa. Stop! It's too good. I was so happy. And I devoured that tostada, devoured it and the granola. And I had more coffee and I asked for more and she gave me more right away. It was so good. I was so happy. And I ate it all. And Holly had the same. She had like an egg on her tostada and she was so happy. And it was so good. And then we finished our breakfast. And then it got even better. Even better. We scheduled a sound bath. And I don't know if any of you have ever experienced a sound bath, but they're so amazing. So she basically had all these gongs and sound bowls, like Tibetan sound bowls, that I've actually used them on the guided meditations that we've done. Remember, I'll just sort of play the sound bowl on them. Well, she had like tons of them. And so when we got back to our room after breakfast, we invited Jill and Caitlin to come. So they met us for breakfast. And after breakfast, they just came like 5 minutes before. And then we all walked over. They had set up sound bowls in our room. So we walked in and there were 4 yoga mats with these Indian blankets and sound bowls and gongs all over the room. And this amazing lady named Dana was like, hello, welcome to your sound bath. And I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And she's like, I haven't even started. And I'm like, cool. And I've actually stayed there one other time, like a year ago, and I had her for the sound bath. And so that's why I had to book it again, because I knew she was amazing. And I even was like, you're amazing. And she was like, you just met me. And I was like, no, actually we met last year. And she was like, oh yeah. Anyway, so she has us lay down and she takes us through the most epic guided meditation. She goes through all of our chakras. She plays all the sound bowls. Here, I'll even show you what it sounds like. It's so awesome. It was like this. Sound bowls, sound bath. It's like this. So she takes us through the most amazing guided meditation you could ever imagine. She starts with our crown chakra and has us visualize a bright white light coming down from the sky into our crown chakra, cleansing that chakra. And then she moves to our throat chakra and has us breathe in deeply through your nose and fill up your air and fill up your throat chakra, and then exhale anything you don't need. And then she takes us through the heart chakra and has us open up our heart and blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm not doing her justice, but it was so awesome. And it was 1 hour long. And I was floating. I think one of my favorite things was she was talking about this mantra that she'll do. She took us through this whole mantra of saying, thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you, to Mother Nature, to the universe. She even had us visualize hugging a tree. And that was a little weird, but funny and cool. And she had us say, thank you, I love you, to the tree and to the sun and to the universe. And then what really got me was she was like, visualize yourself as a young child and visualize all that you've overcome in your life. And I want you to take a minute to yourself and say, thank you, I love you, to yourself for all that you have become and all that you have overcome. Thank you, I love you. And I legit teared up at that part. And it was just so awesome. And then after the hour, we all sat around for another hour at least and just talked about our experience and what we loved about it and what it brought up for us. And we asked her, dude, she's legit. She literally studied with Ram Dass and all these amazing spiritual leaders and just incredible. It was like Ram Dass and Swami something. There were just a few amazing teachers that she had through the years that she studied with. And she started as an oncologist. She was a straight up doctor. And then she moved into sound healing, and she will go into hospitals still and use sound healing to help heal patients. She goes into the NICU and helps heal babies through sound healing. And doctors are like, please come in because we're seeing a difference. That's how powerful music is and how powerful sound is. So that was epic. And if you haven't done a sound bath, I hope I sold it to you. And if not, just go try it. It's really awesome. And if you can't get to a sound bath, just Spotify sound bath and do a meditation listening to it. Maybe it'll have some effect, some healing effect. So we did that. It was epic. And then it was time to get ready for the mermaid birthday party, the mermaid surprise birthday party. So, of course, I bring this awesome over the top blue crop top, long sleeve crop top with holes cut out the middle, and then this little blue, bright blue mini skirt with holes cut out the side. And it was I unironically bought that a few years ago for a birthday party. And then I was I can't wear this. That's insane. But then I was gay pride weekend, mermaid pool party parade. Absolutely, I can. So I rocked that hard. My friend Holly was all bedazzled. She had glitter and crystals all over her face, glued on her face. This bright red bikini with this amazing red skirt. We were just looking so hot and fun. Had such a great time getting ready. And then we went to Jack's parents' house. We were to arrive at 2:00. He was to arrive at 2:30. Holly and I, being type B moms, arrived at 2:15. We were speeding there. Oh my God, I can't believe we're late. And but we got there in time, 2:15, and we all hid behind couches. And he walked in with his husband, and we had the loudest surprise. Of course, I filmed it so I can post that too. He was crying. He was overwhelmed. He kept looking around the room. Oh my God, you're here. Oh my God, you're here. Oh my God, Kaylin, you're here. Oh, hey, Laura. But oh my gosh, he was so surprised. Everyone was crying, happy, exciting, ecstatic. We were all cheering, Jack, 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 Jack. And he was just overwhelmed. And yeah, dude, we ended up having the best time. They literally hired a mermaid. So there was a mermaid swimming in the pool the whole time. She was amazing. Oh my God, I'm trying to think of her name. It was Marmella or something. I don't know. I can't remember her name, but so much fun. We had the best time. Again, we caught up for hours. Oh my God. There was this one girl at the party who was really, really sweet. And, you know, I really like her. She's a great person, but it was really funny because we were all chatting and somehow our kids came up and somehow me having a kid on the spectrum came up. I can't recall how, but it did. And she was just like, oh my God, like your son's autistic. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, like my condolences. Like that's so tragic, you know? And I was just like, And my friend Caitlin was like, like, and I didn't take it personally. I just think it was ignorance. And I think some people don't know how to respond. Really, I think it's just ignorance. Like they just don't understand enough about it or what to say. And I'm sure like some people, no, I don't know, dude. I think it was just funny to me, you know, like that reaction is, I'm so sorry. You know, I had a friend who was autistic, but they're cured. So they're totally fine and normal now. They're totally fine. How's your kid doing? Dude, speaking of that, I didn't tell you what happened to me. Oh, yo, I was about to punch someone and I'm not a violent person, but this pissed me the off. So I go to yoga. I'm about to throw hands at the yoga studio. But I went to yoga, this like different studio, and I never go to the studio. Dude, and I had these moms coming up to me in the locker room, and I think they knew who I was, and they were like, oh, we know about your journey, and that's like so great about your son. He seems to be progressing so well. And I was like, oh, thank you. You know, that's so nice. And my vagina's out too, because I'm like changing, and my titties are out, and I'm just like, oh, thanks. Nice to meet you, you know. This is my vagina. Hi, I'm Laura. And they just keep talking. And the one woman was like, oh, how's he doing? Like, how many hours of speech therapy does he have a week? And I was like, oh, he has this much. And she's like, are you sure about that? Do you even know what's on his IEP? Like, are you sure? Because I thought they only gave this much. So that's interesting. Do you even know what's on his IEP? And I was like, yeah. And the other woman kind of like stepped in and was like, oh no, I think she means this. And I was like, yeah, I know what's on there. You know, he's doing well. And yeah. And it was just really strange the way it felt like she was interrogating me around my kid's IEP. And I was like, I don't know you and I'm naked. And what the is going on right now? Like, why are you interrogating me as I'm naked about my son and his IEP? Like, is this for real right now? And so I just like try and just, you know, fade out the conversation and just focus on myself and getting dressed because I had just done this crazy class and it was odd. And then I'm not kidding you, she starts bragging, like literally she's prying about my kid. How much is he talking? And I was like, look, you know, he's not conversational, but he can string a sentence together. But, you know, if you ask him his name, he's probably not going to tell you. And you know, but he's progressing, like he's doing well, you know, he's in an alt core class and I'm just, whatever. I'm just, you know, trying to have a normal, decent human conversation, but not too much. And then she literally hits me back with, well, my son is so gifted. I'm telling you, when he was 3, he could write his name, read books. And the other mom's like, he was reading at 3. And she's like, oh yeah, he's reading books. I bring him into preschool and they say to me, he's too advanced to be here. And I was like, what? And he's like, and she's like, yeah, they were like, it's too advanced to be at this preschool. He needs to move a level up. So I move him a level up to TK. And they're like, he is too smart for this. Oh my God. Like, he's too advanced. And I was like, I don't know what to do with him. He's just so smart and so advanced. It's crazy. And I was just like, that's so cool. And to me, good job. Like, I'm happy for you and your gifted child. Like, that's cool, dude. But also read the room. Like, you just gave me shit about my son and like kind of made me didn't make me, but encouraged me to divulge some like vulnerable information around my son and his disability. And then right after that, you just start bragging about how advanced and amazing your son is. And dude, on top of that, I'm not kidding you. I swear to God, dude, I'm not kidding. She goes, yeah, and he tells me I'm beautiful all the time. He's the man that I've always wanted. I'm not joking. Like, that's not. And at that point, I was just like, she laughed at that. And no, I don't think that's cute. I think that's emotional incest. Like, that is emotional incest. Like, why are you parentifying your child? Why are you like, he tells me I'm beautiful all the time. He's the man I always wanted. Ew, that's gross. He's your 5-year-old. That's weird, dude. So anyway, but that's just me being petty. And I think it's weird when moms do that around their boys. Oh, he's the guy I always needed. No, he's your child. Stop parentifying him. It's emotional incest. It's gross. But anyway, so she says that, and I'm just thinking to myself, that is like the equivalent to me seeing a woman in a wheelchair and just being like, I'm such a good runner. Like, I just wanted to let you know, like, I am so good at walking and running. Can I show you some videos of how fast I am when I move my legs and my feet? Let me just show you. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome the way I put one foot in front of the other and just book it? No. Hey, I wouldn't do that. Hey, that'd be weird to do to someone in a wheelchair. So why are you bragging to me when I just tell you about my son's deficits? You're going to brag to me about him. That's weird behavior. It's not reading the room. Maybe she has a disability herself and she just has a social deficit and doesn't quite understand that that's not appropriate. I don't know, but it was a weird experience and I was so annoyed and I was naked. Okay. So anyway, I'm never going back to that yoga studio because I just don't like it. No, thank you. Bad taste in my mouth. Okay. So, and what is wrong with people? What is it? Like, please, if you have any theories on what the that was, please inform me. Okay, back to the story. So go to the party. Yeah, the girl was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Your son's autistic. And I was like, okay. Like, I'm not, but okay. And then whatever, it was fine. And then we talked about, going out that night, and we go out to another gay bar. There was another one, I think it was called Hunters or something. And we go there, and dude, there's a line like 5 blocks down. Okay. Like a 5-block line. And we're like, we're not waiting. We don't wait. We can't wait. And so we try it again. We try it again. I said, Holly, get back up there. This is your moment. She was like, I got this. And she walks up to this drag queen and she's like, hi, my client is here. She has 3 million followers on her Instagram. And he looks at me and he looks at her and he goes, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We had Amanda Lepore here last night. Get in the line. And actually, I don't think he said Amanda Lepore. I just like That's just like a random drag queen I knew from back in the day. But it was like some like famous person that I don't even know. But he was basically like, we had this person here last night. That whatever that string bean broom lanky breeder is behind you, we are not letting her skip that line. Get in line. And we were like, okay. So then we like do the walk of shame past the 600 gay men into the back of the line. And we text our friend Jack. And he's like, you are not waiting in that line. I will pay. And he paid the bouncer to let us in. He paid him $100. Which, by the way, the line was moving pretty fast. We were like, no, the line's moving pretty fast. We think it's going to be like 20 minutes, to be honest. And he's like, no, I just paid the bouncer $100. You're coming in. So we go back up. We go through. We have the time of our lives, dancing, having fun, best time ever. Don't get back until 2 a.m. again. And yeah, dude. And then the next morning, it was the gay pride parade. And Holly and I were very conflicted because, you know, his family invited us to go to the pride parade and we totally intended to go. I mean, we went for his surprise birthday party. That is why we went. But we, you know, wanted to show our support too for the pride parade. And the problem is we're single moms and we don't get to rest, really. You know, you're either working or with your kids. You know, I can sneak in a yoga class, but that's work too, you know? Or like a recovery meeting. That is a different kind of work. That's working your body, working your mind, you know? Like, we never really get to do nothing. And we don't take vacations. I certainly don't. And so I was like, Holly, do we have to go to the pride parade? Like, are we bad friends if we don't? And she was like, we have to go, Laura. Come on. We said we would go. We need to go. And I'm like, but do we? I mean, we are breeders. And she's like, oh. I was like, let me just take care of it. Cause dude, we didn't really sleep much. We never get to relax. We hadn't even been to the pool at this hotel. There's like this beautiful, warm saltwater pool with the most zen music playing, beautiful citrus water, waiters coming up, bringing you iced tea, coffee, whatever you need. And we weren't even able to experience that because we had just been going. And I was like, dude, we never get to just chill. I was like, why don't we skip the parade and meet them for brunch? She was like, I don't know, Laura. And I was like, let me just call Jack. So I called Jack and I was like, Jack, do you want us to go to the parade? Because if you want us to go, we will be there in a heartbeat. And he was like, bitch, no. He's like, it's loud and hectic and crowded. Just relax. You deserve it. He was like, I don't even want to go to the parade. I'm a bad gay and I don't want to go to the parade. I'm just going with my family because they want to go. So stay and relax, Laura. And that was all we needed. We asked Jack if he wanted us to go, we would have shown up. He was like, no, stay back. If I could, I would relax. So instead of going to the crowded parade, which I felt like we already celebrated Pride too, like Friday night and Saturday night anyway. So, you know, whatever. So we lay by the pool. Our friends Jill and Caitlin come to the pool too. And we catch up more. We talk about what's going on in our lives, our relationships, our kids, our work, ourselves, all of it, and just reflect and have the most amazing morning together by the pool, laughing, connecting. It was so needed. And my friend Caitlin's 40th birthday is in February. And so we're going to do something for the weekend in Arizona. And I'm so excited to prioritize my friends and just trying to get away. Because even being away for just 2 days, I felt such guilt over leaving my kids for 2 days. I was just like, I missed them. I worried for them, even though they were well cared for, and I made sure they were with loving, kind, safe adults who loved them and would care for them. Like, they were taken care of, but I still felt that guilt for going for 2 days. Like, I still did. But regardless, I'm understanding that it's important. It's important to do that. So we have the best morning ever. And then we go back to Jack's parents' house for a little brunch, hang out there more by the pool, and hug everyone goodbye. It was the best thing ever. And then Holly and I hop in the car around 3 and we drive. And of course, it takes like 5 hours to get home. I don't know what it was, but traffic was crazy and it didn't matter. We had so much fun. We blasted the music, sang, danced, connected, talked, and it was the best thing ever. You know what else is really cute? Poppy spent the day at Holly's house because she had her mom fly in for this weekend so she could get away. And so Frankie and Poppy had a play date. So when I dropped Holly off, Poppy was there with her best friend and Gigi, which is Holly's mom. And yeah, it was just the best thing ever. And Poppy and I gave each other the biggest hug. And then I got home to Alfie, and he was obviously with someone who's, safe and loving. And we just all had the biggest hug ever. And then I'm not kidding you, after our baths and showers, we got into bed at 8:30 and we all passed out together. And yay, it was the best thing ever. And I just feel so grateful for the weekend. And I hope that it inspires any of you moms who are tired, who never really get time away, to find it, even if it's a staycation and it's 2 hours away and it's for one night, just get your best friends together and do it. It's so worth it. If you can, do it. Because I did, and it was the best thing ever. And Jack was so happy. And yeah, what a fun gay weekend that was. All right, well, I'm done blabbering. I love you guys so much. Thank you for catching up with me. I feel like you're one of my besties too, and it's really awesome to just get to update you on my freaking life. So tell me, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much. If you haven't subscribed to my Patreon, this helps support me and keep me going. I always upload my episodes first on Patreon. I also go live on there and connect with you on there. So it's a more intimate thing. So please, if you want to support me, go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Laura Clary. Again, that's patreon.com/Laura Clary. And you can support me there. It means a lot to me. And I love you guys so much. And until next week.